G'day gamers, Ranger Tony here, back with more of our Band of Rogues playthrough. Now, when last we left off, we had finally rescued Withers, whatever he is, the undead, whatever. And we are level 3, so that means we can now create our party of rogues. So we're down here. Our main character, we are a level 3 rogue assassin. We went with the Dragonborn just for something different. It's not the optimal race for this build, but I just wanted to be a little bit different. Nothing too extreme on the stats. We dropped the normal 17 that you get here down to 16 so that we could have 16 con, and we got 13 wisdom, and that's fine for this build. That's all we really need. And the plan is that we are building an entire party of rogues. Now, I've had a few different thoughts about what to do with this. And it's really been a case of, do I go for assassins, which would be interesting, or the next thought was 2 assassins, a thief, and an arcane trickster, so that we've got all of the different rogue types in the party, so that we can be sure that we cover all bases. But the thing is no matter which of those 2 options that we do, this is far from the ideal party makeup. Like everybody tells you, make sure that you've got a healer, a tank, someone who can handle traps and locks, arcane damage, arcane spells, and someone who can fight. And that's 5 different things, but you can spread that amongst 4 party members with the right selection of classes, right? Usually the melee character is a bit of a tank as well, so that sort of always covers that. Sometimes they define those categories a little bit differently, but they definitely recommend that you want to go for a balanced approach. But I'm not everybody, and I like to do this sort of thing, where I have an entire party of rogues and see how it goes. I don't recommend it, but if you want to try it, because it can be a lot of fun. Now, in that vein, the one change that I have thought of making to make the party a little bit balanced and still keep it in the Band of Rogues sort of theme is to have an assassin, a thief, an arcane trickster, which are the 3 different subclasses of rogue, and then go with a character class that used to be, way back when, was a subclass of thief or rogue, and that is the bard, because the bard can sort of help a lot with a lot of that sort of stuff. The problem's going to be, that's going to be where our party stealth will really be let down. Now, I can do this. I can pick a bard and then later on respec them as an assassin, for example, and it's not really going to hurt us all that much. So I think that's what I'm going to do initially. I'm the assassin. I'm going to hire the other hireling who is already a rogue and make her either the arcane trickster or the thief, depending on what her stats currently are, and I won't modify her. And then we will hire somebody else, and in this case it's probably going to be a Lightfoot halfling, so that we can get the bonuses there, and make them the 3rd thief. And then whatever we have for bard, we will take. Of course, having said that, I'm now starting to suspect that the Bard hireling is probably a Lightfoot halfling. Actually, I don't think they are, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So let's jump in and do all of this. Let's talk to Withers and let's set this up.
Fate spin.
Dost thou require a new ally? Very well. Impossible. Thy party,
Starian.
as thou dost choose.
All right, so let's just quickly have a look. The Bard... No. That's the Rogue. Ranger, Paladin, Monk. I think that's the Cleric. Tiefling... No, that's Druid. Brenner Bright... Halfling Bard. I knew it. Damn it. The Lightfoot Halfling is already a Bard. All right. That's fine. Okay. We're definitely going to take her, keep her as is. I'm not sure which subclass to go, but let's get Medalla Deadeye first, our human rogue. Humans are definitely not the best class for rogues, but that's fine. We'll stick with this. Venture forth, please. And then level you up. I didn't check what your stats were. You have 13 in intelligence, which is enough technically for you to be a Arcane Trickster. What does the system want to do with her just naturally? Subclass the Thief. All right, I'm happy with that. I will take that. So here's the big thing that the Thief subclass gets. An extra bonus action. And that can be really, really good because let's say things are a little bit screwed up in combat. Because what you generally want to do is as any sort of rogue, you want to start combat hidden. Right? And then you want to take your attack action from stealth against an opponent, and then you want to use your bonus action after that to hide again. Potentially move to get a better position so that people can no longer see you, and then hide, right? That is what you want to do as a rogue. But there can be times where, for whatever reason, you start the round of combat exposed. You're not hidden, right? And then you have a decision. Am I going to just take a normal attack and then position myself and hide so that next round I can get the sneak attack? Or if I'm in a position where I can make a sneak attack, I can successfully hide right now and then attack, you can use your bonus action first. So you take your bonus action and you attack. And that means you've attacked from stealth. Even if you can't get a sneak attack from there, attacking from stealth gives you advantage. So you roll 2 die, take the best result. Bam, you're done. But with the Thief, because you get an extra bonus action, you can go in stealth as your first bonus action, attack from stealth, and then go back into stealth as your second bonus action if you need to. And if you don't, there's a lot of other things you can do with that bonus action. You can use it to help reposition yourself in combat, as well as after you've done that, so you might attack, and then you might use your bonus action to jump or move, because as a second level Thief, you get those abilities to do some actions as bonus actions, and then you might hide after that. So you've got the 2 bonus actions, which make it really nice. And that's the main advantage of the Thief, really. There's a couple of other little things you get as levels go on. You're less resistant to falling damage. It's not that important here, right? It really isn't. But we're going to take that for this character. And that's all good. Let's just have a look at her gear. What does she currently have? She has a short bow. Who did I give crossbows to? Oh, I think I've got crossbows over in the chest, don't I? Yeah, that's fine. So, you're good. Your armor's fine. Your gear is fine. I just need to give you a better bow. A crossbow is better than a short bow. It does a little bit more damage. Light crossbow, that is. Can't use heavy crossbows. And then later on, I will give you an extra weapon to dual wield there, which we will do if we need to. But whatever. Don't forget to turn these on. There we go. And that's good. Okay, she's set up good. Assassin, Thief. Now we want Arcane, Trickster. And technically we've got it. I could take Astarion along. I just don't want to. Like, seriously. So I think the next character we're going to hire will actually be the Bard. Because that is already built. And I don't have to think about... And then I can sort of look at the other available characters and go, what race do I want for this Arcane Trickster?
A resurrection instead.
Hireling, please. I want to recruit.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Thy party is
See you later,
as
Gale.
thou desire. Choose.
Brina Brightsong. Thank you. And level up for Brina. So what did she get here? At level 2, she got Jack of all trades, which gives her half proficiency bonus to ability checks that you're not proficient in. Song of Rest. This is going to be the problem, though. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to use the Bard song, because I don't think it's something I'm going to be able to do from stealth. So... Oh, that's the change class. Yeah, okay. So we'll have to think about this. Now, ideally, I want spells... Ideally, I want healing. But ideally, I want my Bard to have spells that are going to help to debuff opponents. Put them in states where I can do sneak attacks on them. So... Not Charm Person, not really. Oh god, there's not a lot here. Sleep is about it. So we're going to take Heal to begin with, because that's going to be her main task to begin with in the party, is a healer if we need it. The idea is that hopefully we won't need it in the middle of battle too much. It'll be after battle that we will need healing. Replace spell. What? Is there a spell I can drop out that she's got? Oh, okay. Dissonant Whispers, frighten creatures. Now, I said something wrong the other day. I've talked about this before in a lot of my streams, but just, I think yesterday, or not yesterday, but in my last stream, or maybe the previous ones before that when I was doing the Paladin streams, I talked about I don't like effects that frighten. And in previous games, I don't. Anything that frightens an opponent, I do not like, because the mechanic was always they flee. But they don't in Baldur's Gate 3. When you frighten them, they just don't move. All right? We should actually be able to see that on here. Cannot move. Frightened entities have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and they can't move. So that's actually not a bad thing, right? Oh, and we've got Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That is brilliant. I might change out Heroism, though, for Sleep. And then we have pretty much the perfect set of spells for this Bard to be able to use. So let's do that. Now, at 3rd level, I am thinking that the College of Law might actually be the one that I want, but let's just have a look at the options. The College of Law, we get cutting words. The College of no, it's the College of, one of them is more heavily like spell focused. The College of Swords is we gain a fighting style. I don't want that, and I don't want defensive flourish ranged. Yeah. I don't think I really want any of the College of Swords stuff. So it's really only... This is Inspiration, which is buffing. I mean... I do believe that this eventually, once you get to a certain level, and it might not be that far, I've got a feeling my memory is telling me like level 5, but it might be higher than that, that this Inspiration no longer affects just one of your party members, but it affects all of them. So that is something to think of. I'm thinking the College of Law is where you start to get more spell type stuff available, but I'm thinking we're gonna try College of Valor. I think that's what I want to do there. We got some 2nd level spells now. So Silence, that's great against enemy spellcasters, but that's sort of it. Doesn't help with sneak attacks. Well, it might help us to sneak, but I've never tried that. Shatter, no. See Invisible, it does have a use, but not for now. Phantasmal Force, no. Lesser Restoration, knock. Invisibility, Hold Person, that's very nice, but let's see if there's anything better. Blindness, yes, but tempting to get, because it is quite a good, for a 2nd level spell, it's quite a good area of effect spell, although I don't think the area is all that large, but it does have its uses. No. So no to Crown of Magnus, no to Detect Thoughts. Enhance ability, not really. Enthrall, no. Heat Metal. I mean, that sounds like a great spell, but we've got to take Hold Person at this point, I feel. So there we go.
Fate spins along.
Dost thou require a new... Very well.
Recruiter hire.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Thy party is full.
Will.
As thou desire. Choose.
It's partly due to me as well, Connor. It's been a while since I've been streaming the last few weeks, but there was a period of about 6 months there where I really wasn't doing much. Okay, who are we going to take for our last... Oh, God, it's tempting to take the Duergar and convert them. No, wrong one. I'm thinking Gnome, and I don't want Rock Gnome. I want the Deep Gnomes. I could take Kurz and convert him... Battle Brothers. Oh my God, that was a couple of years ago. At least 2, maybe 3 years ago, I think. Anyway, Kurz might be nice to try a half orc, because I want to see what happens when you get a sneak attack, a melee sneak attack, with a half-orc, and it crits. The problem is that I feel like he would be better built as a thief or an assassin for that build, rather than as a Arcane Trickster. So, I don't know. What have we got here? We've got a gold dwarf. We've got a high elf. We've got a tiefling. A wood elf. Githyanki. We've also got a Lothsworn drow. A high half elf. We've got the Duergar. And we've got the rock gnome. Yeah, let's take Kurz and let's respec him. Because, I mean, frankly, it doesn't matter what we do. There's no race which is inherently better at... Well... Having said that, I was going to say there's no race that's better as a Arcane Trickster. But the one advantage that a High Elf would have... Well, actually, there's a couple of advantages a High Elf would have. One, they can use longbows and short bows. And long swords and short swords. Just thinking, because at the moment, every one of my characters is going to be using a light crossbow as a weapon. And I suspect there are only going to be so many good enchanted light crossbows available in the game. Having a high elf will mean I can use longbows. I mean, I could just give some of my characters... If I find good enchanted short bows, I can definitely go down that route. But they, as a rogue, they can't use heavy crossbows and they can't use longbows. By going high elf, we can use longbows. We can't use heavy crossbows, but we can use longbows, and I think that's going to be a good option. The other thing is that high elves get protection from... I don't know where it says it. They get protection... I don't know that it does tell you. But they get protection from sleep and some of those sorts of things naturally. So I think that's what we're going to choose. Now, that doesn't necessarily make really good for a rogue. But it doesn't make it bad for a rogue either. And that, having someone with a little bit of extra protection against some of that sort of stuff might just be what we need to stop us all just getting, you know, a total party kill in some situation. That face doesn't look particularly elven, in my opinion. I suppose it's the long hair hiding the ears, but the facial features look a little bit too... not delicate enough for an elf. Change of class.
Thy coin purse is near empty.
What? If I run out of money... I have actually run out of money. All right, here's what we're going to do then. This sounds a little insane. Let's go back to me. Let's come over here to the Traveler's Chest and take anything out of here that we know we're going to need for these characters and get them equipped first. That's step one. Well, actually, step one is make sure that I take anything off these guys that I want. Like that. Let's give that to me. Do I want to take your 2 daggers as well? Yes, I think I do. And I almost think I want all of these potions as well. At least the healing potions. you have anything in there? No. 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 Right. Didn't really expect any of those because they are sort of communal, but they're not. Oh, there we go. Send to camp. Thank you. All right. Sure. Let's take the rapier. Let's take the hat too, I think. I think that's all we're going to want. For now, we might make a decision on that later. Oh dear, I don't have... Yes, I do. They're right there. Wonderful. Let's pick up that. Let's also grab a couple of those just in case. Let's grab... No, not that. That. Let's grab those. Let's grab that. That's a halberd. Don't want that. We might want to grab these scrolls for whoever we have as an arcane trickster, even though I'm positive I'll end up forgetting about it. Let's put those away in there. That'll do for the moment. Let's have a look at our party. All right, you've got a hand crossbow. No, thank you. They don't do enough damage. So let's give you a light crossbow and you a light crossbow. We do have a lot of money a lot of stuff to sell here, so we can get our 100 gold that we need. No worries whatsoever. I'm not concerned about that at this point. So you've got all of that. You now have the light crossbow. No, I definitely think you can take daggers. And we might as well... You've got the right armor. What have you got? You've got a simple jerkin, which is giving you armor class of 11. So none of these are going to be any better, really. But you. So we'll keep you in the simple jerkin just so that we can differentiate. Let's give you that. Who's going to take our bicorn hat? Let's give it to our actually, you know what? I think that is better for the bard. I think it is. Right, we don't want you using that, so we're going to give you... We're going to give you a pair of... No, actually, let's give you that. That's fine. And you need the light crossbow as well. Oh, actually, I might as well give these to the bard now that I think about it. So I've got the short sword +1 and that Needle of the Outlaw Rogue. That's fine. Did I have...
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Had I given any amulets to these guys? I had a feeling I gave one of them something. No, I didn't. Alright, must have been one of my other playthroughs. That's fine. Alright, well and good. See you later, Connor. Sorry I missed you saying that. Alright. Let's grab everything that we want to sell. I don't know that we want to keep any of these books. Going to sell all that. We're keeping that portrait. We'll sell that. We'll sell all of that. We'll sell that. Okay, I'm heavily encumbered. That's fine. We sort of knew that was going to happen. Send that to camp. Is there anything here that I don't think there's anything here that I really want to keep. I want to sell it all. Remember rightly. Can't pick up too heavy. Alright. Oh, okay, yes. Too heavy. Let's give all of the armor and shields, some of the armor and shields to Zental. There we go. We want to keep that in there, that in there. Taking that. So food, etc. Right, let's just have a look. Lighten up my load a little bit. Now, okay, that'll do. Right, let's leave camp. I don't actually remember where we were when we entered camp. Ah, we're there. That's fine. Let's go to the Emerald Grove and let's see what we can sell to make enough money so that we can respec Zenith. Right, Aaron, my man.
Need anything else? Of course. But please, remember, you're not the only
600.
one in need.
Wonderful. All right. Let's sell the stuff on you first, and that, and all of those. Go. Oh. And that. Oh, it didn't. Oh, it does it one character at a time. Audio. That's fine. Can live with that. I meant to keep that. Let's send that to camp. Plate, that. It's grease bottles. You don't have much left now. Not enough. What do we got? Javelins. Can't do that. Let's sell those. You've still got the gloves of missile snaring. They would be useful again for someone to have. So let's buy them. And I think I'm going to give them to Madela. I don't know how you actually pronounce that name, but that's all right. So I only need one of those, so we can sell the rest. I'm gonna have to start concentrating soon on getting some of these different arrow types for myself and my companions to be using. But for right now, I've sold everything that I planned to sell. Let's go and fix up Zenith.
Sylvanus be with you.
And make him...
Looking ahead. What's up for discussion?
an Arcane Trickster.
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead? As thou desire.
All right. We want Rogue. Put into that, I think. Oh, that's right. You get a cantrip too, don't you? All right. Once again, we want cantrips that are going to be useful. I don't think there's anything here that's truly great. Advantage on your next attack roll. Nice, but it requires concentration, so, and it's a full action, so you have to cast it this round. You've then got to last an entire round without getting attacked and possibly breaking your concentration so that you can then use it next round. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is nice, but I don't know. This one can be, like, the advantage of this spell A, you can use it while silenced, and B, you can still remain hidden while doing it, which is great. So that's two nice advantages for an Arcane Trickster. But this is really good for other builds than this, because what you can do with this is you can use Minor Illusion to get a group of enemies to clump together. So if they're spread out a little bit, you can put a Minor Illusion near them and they'll all clump together to have a look at it. And then you can drop an area of effect spell, a Grease, a Fireball, Cloud of Daggers, whatever, on top of them, and that'll work really well. So that's a possibility. Blade Ward, no. Shocking Grasp, no. Ray of Frost, Poison Spray, Bone Chill. I really don't know. I think I'm going to take... Look, I don't want light because ultimately we want to be hidden. But I'm going to take light because it is useful. I'm going to take Minor Illusion. I think that might be useful while we're stealthed. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure that I want light is the problem, because I feel, because the problem is once I cast light, it's there until a long rest. Really good in a normal party if you're not using stealth to have someone cast a light, they put it on their weapon and it lights up the area and you can see until you long rest. No need for concentration, it just works. Great cantrip, wonderful. Have it in your party if you can. So annoying that, for example, Gale doesn't start with it, right? So you've got to gain it later or try and swap it out or something like that. That's annoying. But in this party where I want to stay hidden all the time, I feel if I need a light source, I would be better off just carrying a single torch on one party member, maybe my bard, and have them pull it out occasionally to light the area up if we need to see something a little bit better, and then put it away. I feel that's a better way to do things than to have a light cantrip. So I don't know what else to take. Blade Ward is nice, but the thing is I don't want to be in close combat if I can help it. I do want to be doing most of my attacks from range stealthed, right? But if I have to, I want to be able to get in close and do damage. Blade Ward might be nice. And I think it would be better than True Strike. I don't... Shocking Grasp might actually be a good option as well, though. Or Bone Chill. Now, Bone Chill is a ranged one. I'm thinking Shocking Grasp if I get in close, because you have advantage with against creatures with metal armor, which is great. And I think I read somewhere that the Arcane Trickster can still do a sneak attack with a touched range, a touched spell, like Shocking Grasp. Let's take it. Let's not worry too much about it. All right. We want Tasha's Hideous Laughter and Sleep. The other option would be Color Spray. The only disadvantage of Color Spray handles more hit points than Sleep does, but it's only a wedge in front of you 5 meters in length. So it really, whereas Sleep can be up to 18 meters away and a small group around it. And Color Spray only blinds them for 1 turn, whereas Sleep makes them sleep for 2 turns. So that's why those are better. And Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it does require concentration, but really what the concentration, I think, is only to renew it the next round. Like, I don't think if I break concentration, they're immediately going to stop laughing and stand up. So we'll see how that goes. But that's a really good one to have. And then we can learn one normal wizard spell of our choice as well. Super tempting to get something like Magic Missile. Mage Armor is no good because you cannot... It will not boost the armor that you already got. You have to be not wearing any armor at all, which we are wearing. So, actually, that's... The wording on that is a little odd because some of the clothing that you're wearing... Some of the armor that you're wearing, just sort of, the description makes it sound like clothing, padded armor or whatever. But anyway, we've got Charm Person. Chromatic Orb is a great distance damaging spell, but I don't want it. People rave about Disguise Self. And the things you can... I've seen a video talking about the things you can do with this, like... You can change your appearance and then go and kill a whole bunch of people and then go back to your normal appearance. And you know, you won't be fingered for the crime and all this sort of stuff. It's like, well, I don't plan on doing any of that. So, Expeditious Retreat. Gain dash immediately and as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends. I mean, that is really good to get the hell out of dodge. And it's a bonus action spell. So, it almost feels like if I can't find anything else I want to take, that's the one to take. But then there's Grease. No, it's got to be Grease at level 1. It's got to be Grease. That first opportunity. Because if I can drop a Grease on somebody and knock them down, then they are prone and we can take a sneak attack from range on them. So there's no question. That's got to be it. All right. That is essentially our party all set up now. One Arcane Trickster. Oh, except I want the Rogue right at the back. So, the Assassin out front. Followed by the Thief. Followed by the Arcane Trickster. Followed by the Bard.
No time to rest.
And that is how we're going to save Baldur's Gate. Let's leave the camp. I don't remember where we were up to. Oh, yes, No, I don't. I do not remember where we were up to. What have we got on the map? We've done the Emerald Grove, the roadside cliffs. So we've done the ruins, and that's it, really. Okay. We need to head over there. Have we talked to... No, we haven't been down and talked to the druids yet, because we haven't talked to the healer Nettie. So there's a whole bunch of stuff to still do here. Right. Right. Let's get to it then. Pretty sure I've been down here and... No, I haven't looted any of this stuff. I don't want just a bottle, thank you. There's a heavy crossbow. Unfortunately, we can't use it. Elf Song Tavern and the Blade and Stars and the Blushing Mermaid. There's some of the dagger, some of the inns and guest houses on in Baldur's Gate. Pitcher of beer. Mace. And the adventurer's chest. Oh, it's locked. How many lockpicks do I have on me? 7. Alright.
we do for work when we get to the city?
Whatever we want.
Yeah, give me inspiration. Until rest, I'll take that. Made it easy. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to manage the reactions on all the other characters as well. Couple of books, Lessons for Sensible Living, Cities and How to Survive Them. Journey Through the Jungle. Alright. Let's just have a quick look at that. And no, that. Anything else? Wanted. Alright, you need to swap to turn off dual wielding.
Can't
Have
give
a
up
look.
now.
You switch to that. You need to turn off dual wielding, switch to that. Okay.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Can't give up now.
Wonderful. Alright.
Still breathing.
No, that's the other thing I wanted to do. Make sure everybody's got all of their
Never a dull
reactions set up. You don't. Tax of opportunity. There we go.
I've got
And oh, why are you doing that? You don't have, except for a tax of opportunity, you don't have any reactions. That's fine. Wonderful. Okay. I hadn't read those books, had I? No, I didn't see anything there that looked like it was super important to know. What do we got? That. Heavy crossbow. Oh, actually, I can sell some of that stuff just now. This gentleman over here. Let's check out what's in these crates.
Looks empty.
Empty. Some clothes. Gold. Some sandals. Gee.
Die if I let
Breezy sandals at that.
miss my forge. Never get the smell out of my clothes. No helping it. We're exposed now.
Why, hello there, sweet.
Haste.
Pretty sure I've talked to him already.
Caravan escort for 3 days.
But we will be talking again.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
Yes, I have talked to him again already because that's a different thing than what he normally says. Oh, look at that. We've got a +1 rapier. We've got a +1 heavy crossbow. +1 short bow. Hunting short bow. +1 padded armor. Feels like I should be getting some of that for some people if I can afford it. Let's see now. I want to sell these and these. Yeah. Sell all of those. No, we want trade, not barter, thank you. $455. What do we got? $263 for that. $213 for that. $100 for the +1 short bow. I don't know. It is so tempting. I really want a +1 longbow though, because Sentinel can use it. Do we even have any longbows? No, we don't.
Let's move.
Got to give you those.
Let's get going.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Yeah, let's give our bard the +1 padded armor. That way we've all got the same armor class, well, except for me. Right. I think we'll leave it at that for the moment. It is sort of tempting to get some more magical weapons, but yeah, I think we'll be good. We'll be good. So,
Hell's take me. It's what I wouldn't do for the best tool.
We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
The scowl on your face would frighten a troll.
You're an idiot.
bottles. I'm positive that there's something fishy about Auntie Ethel. I don't know that I want to speak to her at the moment.
You! Saw you fighting those fancy... Best to fill your belly now, while we still... You've been on hard times too, huh?
Right.
Doesn't taste half bad.
Don't know how this is going to go because
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down.
That's...
She didn't.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, tiefling. You! Move!
I think my best option here is to detect her thoughts. But it's not going to be an easy roll.
Cannon would hate me for this, but he's not here. They took him. Don't you? Damn. Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies? Not sure I get.
It's all right, Ark.
You're gonna be sorry! Every last one of you!
Alright, let's talk to her.
Ain't sure why you... They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute. The Absolute is gold from the sky, she is. My God, could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it off. Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal? You need me. Get me out of here, and I'll tell them what'll suit you.
Alright, now.
Oh, you thieves are all boring. Even your cages are boring.
Interesting thing is that I now, of course, know that there is ledges down there that lead to interesting places, and I'm sort of wondering whether to sort of go the back route.
I'm gonna bite the heads off your kids, and your birdies, and
Through
your
there.
dogs.
Or not. No, we'll go the other way. Stone bench. What's in there? Nothing.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me too.
Lamanta. Jurgle. Kellamvor.
Shoot, sad.
Where are my boots?
Ah, that's what we wanted. The torch. Give that to our bard.
No one stopped me yet.
Moment, she can carry that.
I've got a long road ahead.
No, that's not what I wanted. No, that's not what I wanted either. I don't think I've ever noticed that there was a barrel up there before. And there's another book. The Annals of Baldur's Gate. Centuries ago, a young man sailed from the village of Grey Harbour. Where he went, what he saw, and the deeds he accomplished, a simple legend today, but the wealth he returned with years later is a hard fact. Baldurin made Grey Harbour rich. His gold built docks, funded businesses, and raised strong walls to protect it all. One of the gates into this flourishing city was named in his honour, but so great was the wealth that flowed through it that the name of the gate became more famous than the village that it started at. The name Grey Harbour has been relegated to dusty history books and ancient maps, but Baldur's Gate, the name is on the lips of every traveller in Faerun. There you go, that's how it all happened.
Time to press ahead.
I can't remember if we've talked to these guys or not yet.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me, too.
That, we did the backpack already.
Sad.
Swing and swivel and wait. Wait. No lunch. Excellent.
Pretty sure we talked to him already.
Feint, wait, and thrust! Ah!
Yeah, we have. Alright.
Can't keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
Oh, that's right. It's only for sitting on. I keep thinking that rock is designed to be moved and that there's something underneath it, but it's not. Take gloves. Nothing on there. Some tongs. Still got 7 lockpicks. What happened to the combat inspiration? That is supposed to last.
Show me again. Not now. We're working.
Inspire an ally. Bonus to their next attack roll. Oh, okay. But I thought it was supposed to last until long rest. Oh my god. Critical failure. Two critical failure, like one critical failure I can accept. 2 critical failures in a row. I'm sorry. I've got to reload the save. I'm just not accepting that. Gold ingot. Hey. Oh, there's a potion of animal speaking that I could have used to talk to the animals over there. Right. Could sell all this stuff now. This is where I was going to sell it anyway, so why send it to camp?
I've seen everything.
All of this, however, we will gladly send to camp right now, so we're not carrying it around. I hate interacting with these little sneaks, so we won't.
Please, let us through.
It is forbidden. Let my daughter go.
She's a...
We need...
You heard?
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than...
Arabella. Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. Thank...
Hurry! Do all the damn rituals you want.
Come, you, get back. No, and
A moment.
what? You.
Alright, let's go and talk to him. Let's go and talk. I still haven't worked out. I know I mentioned this in the previous episode. I still have no idea why Volo is still around.
You there! Hello! My good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Actually...
Glory. Now then,
let's have a look.
how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
My, a scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins? Shocking little creatures, aren't they? Still, there's quite a bit more to them than most accounts allow. I myself plan to record the world's most extensive catalogue of their means and habits. A blue ocean of information, I dare say. Now, I've a few more questions, if you don't mind. And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Sorry, I'm partway reading
Witnesses noticed
the
red dragon
Forgotten Realms wiki that talks
marching
about
at
Volo.
rear. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Doesn't mention what he's doing in Baldur's Gate. It does mention the year 1492, which is like 100 years after he was originally... You know, he was active in the 1360s. 1350s, 1360s. But I thought this was a bit later than 1492. Well, there you go. The 1490s is the time frame that the Dungeons and Dragons movie that was out a few years ago was set in. And they mentioned that Volo was instrumental in the attempted robbery of the castle Never Vaults in Neverwinter by the thieves Edgin Darvis, Holger Kilgar, Simon and Doric. 6 months after the end of the absolute crisis in Baldur's Gate, Volo actively sought contributions for the newest edition of Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate. Alright, so does it say what time frame the... Oh no! 1492 is the time of of this game. So this game is set only about 100 years. Alright. Anyway. Enough of that. I think it was sometime during the Spell Plague in the late 1380s that he was traveled through time or something. It doesn't say how he survives all of this long. Anyway, enough of that. I called out the name of a war cry.
The scandal! I'm just preparing to head to their camp until we...
Okay. Enough of that. So I still didn't actually work out exactly how Volo was still alive, but...
I'm sorry.
Yeah. G'day, John.
Please.
This is...
A what? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger. She's a she eats wrath and keeps...
Come,
do it.
Once again, I really wish it would tell you, not just, okay, nature, therefore you're going to do an intelligence check. I wish it would tell you what role you need to succeed on that check before you click on it. So you can say, okay, I need a 15 out of 20, and I don't have an intelligence bonus, so that's not going to help me. Or this charisma one, I only need a 5 out of 20, even though I don't have a charisma check. You know, I wish it would tell you all of that. At least from this one, I know that I'm going to get a +1 on the roll, but it might be a really high check. I don't recall. See, it's a 13. That's still a very high roll. We made it, thankfully.
Halsin is gone. I am first. Fair words.
Thank you.
Halsin isn't here.
Alright, so we got through that.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. Well seen. Well spotted. More will die if the right is... Would you? I would give... Silva... Halsin, you won't mistake...
Alright. We have to talk to...
Go on. Say it.
Yep.
You think I'm a monster? Yes. A vipe. No matter. I took back the idol of... And you... I want you there to be... The viper must strike. You will do... This tail end.
This ends with us rescuing Halsin and getting you out of power. Okay. Okay, fine. I'm looking, right? Yes. So we got some inspirations. Wonderful. Thank you. I will use them later.
I see you. Just give me a moment. Right there. Now, what was it you needed? I do. Come here. You seem healthy enough. A tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole. Come. We need to be quick. This way.
This one had the same problem as tadpole crawled out of his head soon after. I'm no man. You don't have to. All right. Let's see what we can do. It might. But first things first. Victims, how'd you pick up the parasite? Hal's a month. Look, but you seem like a good. This is a vial of wyvern poison. I hope. You know, Master, because you should all be changing. There should be a small mind that it's one of. Not yet, anyhow. Could be. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back. If you can find Halson and get him out, thank you. I wish I could. All I could. Good luck out there. Take it one step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Yep. All right. So. Let's get out of here. Done what we needed to in this area. Rescue the druid Halson is the main thing that we're going to do. We're not going to bother doing that. We're going to end up killing her, I'm pretty sure. Save Arabella. We need to go and talk to her parents. And by finding Halson, we will save the refugees as well. So it will all work itself out.
I've never learned to converse with your kind.
Only me. Understand?
Yeah, let's just go up here.
Yes,
and
I'm quite aware.
loot this stuff up here. I wonder what's going to happen with this interaction now that we've got an actual bard in our party.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile. Change? No. Damn it! No, at the hands of this bloody song. I can't. Nothing fits, you know? True, but when you're stuck and it's just getting worse. Oh, thanks.
I wasn't going to try and finish it. Let's pick up that book. It's in the basket. Some lemons. App of Curing. When you inspire an ally using Bardic Inspiration, they also regain 1 to 6 hit points. Damn it, we already gave her a hat. Now we have to swap the hats out. That will definitely send to camp. The rest of that stuff we're going to sell.
Best get in and out.
Doesn't actually say that there's any problem with hiding while one of your party members is carrying a torch like that, which just seems so silly to me. But let's get you to put the torch away because we don't need it for the moment. And
well, in it.
Let's come on down here and do this little questy bit. it's not really a questy bit, but let's rescue this kid from the harpies, shall we?
Is someone singing?
It's beautiful.
Damn it.
Such a pretty song.
Free for the taking.
I was hoping I could,
Please.
I was hoping I could start this interaction while I was up here and potentially gain advantage on the harpies, but we can't see them from here.
Such a pretty song.
Okay.
Don't want to think about why my eye is itching.
Such a pretty song. Shh. Listen. Don't you hear it? It's so peaceful. No, no. Yes, everything.
All right. I wonder what's going to happen if I grease up a harpy. They made their save. All right. I'm not going to be able to hide here. But I might just move back over to here so I'm not in the water. Oh, she was lured. That's not good. Oh, I'm getting lured as well. Alright. Not great.
Stay out of my head.
What happened?
My bard got lured? Oh, God. I would have thought if anybody had some protection against it, it would have been my bard. My bard's almost dead. Okay. Not going to be able to hide. Beautiful.
What? No, this isn't right.
out of my head!
Be able to be a sneak attack? Not enough. What do you mean, not enough movement? Thank you. I feel like that should have... Shouldn't that have been a crit? I thought it was an automatic crit if they were asleep when you attack them.
So much for peace.
Don't have an advantage. We can't really hide, but it's worth a try.
Don't want to draw any attention.
No. And then we miss.
This isn't right.
Survival is all that matters.
What was that?
Wonderful.
Time to push my luck again.
That should be able to be a sneak attack, because he's attacking her. She is attacking her. And I miss. No, I didn't. I hit for 14. Good. And let's... What does off balance do again? Opportunity attack. Critical hit on an opportunity attack. Very nice. Opportunity attack. Can I shoot you?
take you first.
Critical miss. Damn it.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Not enough movement. That's fine. Okay. Because she's a thief. Hide. Now we get a sneak attack. And then we can hide again.
Don't want to draw any attention.
Hide, sneak attack. Oh man, that was... We've got to get you up. That was a pretty brutal fight on standard difficulty. This is the problem that I have with Larian Studios and Baldur's Gate 3. Well, just Larian Studios in general. Like, how many harpies was that? There was one? It was 4 harpies. Like, 4 harpies almost destroyed a party of 4 level 3 adventurers. On the default level difficulty. You know, we had 1 downed, I was almost downed, and my other 2 party members. In fact, if I hadn't have made that choice just an hour ago to say, you know what, rather than going half orc for my last rogue, I will go for the elf because they have some protections against magic. That could have been a total party kill. Because basically my elf was the only member of the party who consistently was able to defend against the song of the harpies. Really shouldn't have with my elf. I really should not. My Arcane Trickster elf. I really should not have. I should not have tried all of those spells early on. I should have just been using my crossbow, or I should have picked different spells. The grease. I was taking a real chance using grease to try and affect the harpies, considering that they fly. You know, that wasn't necessarily the best solution. And what I should have done, I completely forgot that he had it. But Zenith has
can't give up now.
Zenith has a firebolt cantrip. I should have thrown that at the harpy and tried to ignite all of that grease from a distance.
No one's stopping me.
That is the other thing that I should have done. But really just did not think of it at all. But this is one of those battles where there's really... everything is pretty much against you here. There's nothing really saves you. You have to use missile weapons most of the time early on because they're at a major distance and they lure you into the water, which is terrible for you because it slows you down and gives you disadvantage on attacks and everything. So that even if you do resist... Oh, we're not grouped up.
That's a friendly
even
shadow.
If...
I don't need any attention right now.
Even if we do group up... Sorry, even if we do resist... You're stuck in the water.
Are they gone?
No.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. I need to get... Wait, find a boy...
Alright, find a boy called Donnie, hey? Well, we'll do that in a minute. Let's do this little jumping puzzle, shall we? Not that it's really much of a puzzle. This is one of the things that I actually find a little bit weird. Surely there should be some ability check jumping across those gaps, but you never seem to miss, you never seem to slip. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of successful saves in that battle. And, you know, partly you can blame that on being rogues, although rogues normally have some pretty good saves. You know, rogues are actually pretty well rounded as far as save throws go, but it was, and as I said, I would have expected the Bard to have better saves against something like that. But yeah, that was a pretty brutal fight, and like, I just personally think Larian Studios just went a little bit over the top. I've said it before. I mean, you know, the very first creature that you battle, or that you see in this game, pretty much, is an intellect devourer. Neverwinter Nights 1, the original campaign of Neverwinter Nights 1, the intellect devourer was a boss that your character at level, like, 3 or whatever you were at the time, really struggled to kill. And you take them on and just easily kill them in this game. Now, admittedly, there's 20 years of development of the D&D game system in the meantime, and stuff, so that you can look at it and go, well, you know, they're no longer as hard as they used to be. But it's just like, I don't know, Larian Studios just picked a bad group of enemies, I feel, for this game. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I feel that, generally speaking, the design of this game is a little bit wrong, in that you expect, coming into this game, with everything that the narrative of the game tells you, you're basically being told, you're a ticking time bomb, you're going to die in 7 days if you can't get this thing out of your head. So what that puts into you is a sense of urgency and a sense of, I have to get through this game without sleeping as much as I can, because every time I sleep, that's another day gone. You know, so I should use all of my abilities as much as possible. I should never rest. I should never take a short rest.
I'll fill that one later.
I'm actually going to take a full rest as soon as I finish this little bit of interaction here, I think. Or maybe go and meet Mole in the underground and then do a full rest. But yeah, the game feels like the design of the game is wrong, the way that they've presented that, because it really makes you feel like you're not supposed to ever rest, and yet you're given so many supplies, and you should, literally, like, you know, I've been pretty badly damaged here. I've definitely got to go and rest. I can't just chug some potions and tough this out, even though the characters that I've got, the assassin, the thief, and to a certain degree the arcane trickster, and maybe not the bard so much, but those 3 characters can actually get along pretty well without really resting, because we don't have many abilities. All of our abilities are mostly instant use. We don't have anything that resets and you only get to use once per short rest or once per long rest. I mean, there are things to do with our weapons and my acid breath, but that's race-based. That's not class-based. We, as rogues, we don't really have class-based abilities that are limited to X number of uses per long rest. We can do all of our stuff as often as we need to, with the exception of our Arcane Tricksters spells. I mean, his cantrips are fine, but his normal spells, he has to rest to be able to recover those. And our Bard is the same. A lot of the Bard's abilities and spells have to rest to recover those. But yeah, it's just the design of the game, the design of the plot of the game makes you think that you are in no position to rest. You've really got to get in there and get through this game without resting as quickly as possible. Is the stream still going? I just had a message saying that it disconnected and reconnected. Looks like it's fine. Alright, well, I'll keep an eye on the replay and see what's going on. Yeah, I've harped on it enough. The game, I feel, this design of a module is a little bit poor. The plot is poor because it makes you, at least early game, definitely makes you think like you have got to rush through it and you can't sleep, you can't rest, you can't recover because your head's going to explode any minute and you're going to turn into a mind flayer.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. We definitely want that because... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. No, we're going to sell that or give that to Will. What does the stream health say? Stream health says good. Yeah, well. Hopefully it's not a problem. Let's go and sell our... No, let's go and talk to Donnie over here.
He stares right past you as if you're invisible. Or he nods, then reaches for a concealed hatch.
Yeah, the finest in Dragonborn headgear, indeed.
Well, look, Mike, Mercon, you saved Arabella from the Druids. And we're happy to be helped. Now, what can I do for you?
What do they have to trade? Stuffed bear, another stuffed bear. Tales of Faerun, the Daring Durgar, some Thieves' tools, Scroll of Hold Person, Scroll of Bestow Curse, Arrow of Illimanter, which does necrotic damage, Elixir of the Colossus, increase your size, weapons deal an extra 1d4 of damage, you gain advantage on strength checks and saves. An elixir of lightning resistance. Right. Well, let's sell that, and that. I don't think you get a fortress or base in this game, no. But I'm not entirely sure. Metallic gloves, short bow. I think that's all we want to sell for now. tempting to buy the Thieves tools, but they're very expensive. I'll leave it for the moment and
Anything
remember that.
else? Making sure we're ready to leave when the time comes. You've been a friend.
All right. Let's get back out of here. I have never got far enough into Baldur's Gate 2. And there's a really good reason for that. I have to admit, I struggle with combat in Baldur's Gate 1 if I'm not playing ranged. Because I just find that my guys get injured so often and so quickly that it becomes a struggle. No matter what party I build, no matter what I do, it becomes a struggle to keep healing. Like, you just can never seem to get enough healing potions. I never seem to get enough, I never seem to be able to cast enough healing spells in Baldur's Gate to really keep my characters alive in combat. I actually started a playthrough just the other day, again, on Baldur's Gate 1, with the thought of this exact thing, in fact, because I recently, for the first time, I actually finished Baldur's Gate 1 with my party. That was recently. It was probably about a year ago now, but I finished Baldur's Gate 1 for the first time with a party of all melee, all missile weapons. So my character was a ranger archer subclass, and I can't remember exactly which party members I had, but every party member I had, I gave a missile weapon to, and we just went through and just slayed everything from a distance, and it works like ridiculously well in Baldur's Gate 1. But then when you try and, well, I've never tried to import those characters into Baldur's Gate 2. I've lost the save now, so I can't do it. I'm thinking of starting again and doing another playthrough, and this time trying to bring those characters over into Baldur's Gate 2. But the problem with coming into Baldur's Gate 2, if you just start a new character and you build the same, like, start character, the same character that you had in Baldur's Gate 1, and I go through and I build another ranged character, the start when you're locked in that dungeon and you've got to try and get out is just ridiculously hard. And I don't know whether it gets easier if you bring all of your gear over from Baldur's Gate 1, and therefore you'll start with a really, with all the really good gear that you had, whether that would make it easier or not. But just starting a new character and saying, well, I played an archer last time, let's roll an archer in Baldur's Gate 2 and try and go through, it doesn't seem to, it is ridiculously hard. And when I then instead try and roll a melee character, yeah, again, it's really a real slog to get through it. And I end up giving up very, very quickly. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And maybe it's just, the era that I grew up in, but all of the games that I played, and Baldur's Gate 1 was the time when things started to shift a little bit, because Baldur's Gate 1 was the first game I remember where you literally could recruit evil party members and you could go down the evil route if you wanted to. Never appealed to me. I never actually did it. I mean, I would bring Zara and Monteron, or whatever their names are. Monteron is definitely the name. I can't remember the other guy's name. I'm pretty sure it's Zara. I would bring those guys into my party when you first meet them on the Lion's Way, just to have somebody in my party while I'm traveling to the Friendly Arm Inn, just for safety. I would always do that. I don't anymore, but I used to do that all the time. But I hated the fact that they were evil, and I would drop them out of my party as soon as I got to the friendly army inn and then get Khalid and Jahir, and we would go from there. But yeah, just the whole... Every game these days is just... Yeah. I mean, short of single-player games, or games like Celasta Crown of the Magister, where you build your entire party yourself. I am supposed to be going to camp and resting so that we can recover from this. From that fight. So let's go and put the locket away. That is something that we are going to let Gale, yes, Gale use later. So let's go and end the day. Yep. But I'm going to have to talk to some people first. In fact, I'm going to have to talk to everybody.
Finally, some good fortune. The sooner we find the Druid house in, the better. I can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head.
You know, this could be our last night together. Really? Seriously? I don't care about any of these questions. Why?
The same. But suppose I turn. What would you do?
No hesitation.
A firm answer. We'll need that. It's a beautiful...
Don't care. Don't want to do any of this, but it will not let me sleep without it. Oh, it will let me sleep without it. Sure, I don't care. I'm going to sleep. Auto-select. Full rest. Thank you. Let's see what happens if I try not. Ah! The elf is there meditating rather than sleeping. I'm going to try and not do any of these in-camp interactions anymore. And see what the game does. See if the game starts really pushing me to do them or not. Alright. Step 1. What? How can you tell me I haven't searched... Oh, because there's a bone still on the body. That's... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get up here. Let's get this out of the way. I don't particularly like doing this whole thing, but I feel like it's a necessary part of the game. Well, actually, it probably isn't, but I also do want the item up here. I think there's an item up here.
What would the mouth that... Well met. I am Raphael. Very much at your service. John, we should... Come. There. Middle of somewhere. The House of Hope. Go on, but it might just be your last.
I've never tried that option to see what happens if I eat any of this stuff.
Not easily rattled, I see. Good. Makes the next part that much more straightforward. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
Why would you help me?
Because my compassion is boundless. I stride among the needy, giving comfort where I can. And you're in dire need. One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
And... yeah, you're mad if you think I'll make a deal with the devil. I can't. There's part of me that wants to do one of these options, but I can't.
And what is still? And when? Hope. Such a tease. By all means, all the one might.
All right. That's what I wanted, the guidance cantrip. Let's give that to Medalla.
No one stopped me yet.
Actually, you know what? No. Let's give that to our bard. There we go. Who couldn't make it for some reason. Her whittle legs wouldn't let her get up here.
Should mind my step. Something over there.
At the back of the crevice lies a bag enfolded in the chitinous squabbling of spiders. A shiny gold coin pokes from its mouth.
There we go.
The creatures clutch the pouch possessively. You have no doubt a spider egg is nestled within.
Oh. Oh, come on. Finally, using up all my inspirations just for...
The spiders scatter, and you stash the bag. Something clink.
You know what? I don't want that. Let's just drop that as well. More healing potions. Actually, that's what I need to do. I have a lot of healing potions, and these guys have very few.
these things have stayed interesting.
Actually,
let's get going.
Let's get down from here because my halfling companion was unable to get up here for some silly, annoying reason. I don't care about reagents, potion making, alchemy ingredients, whatever you want to call them. So that's all well and good. Let's jump down. There we go. Okay. Hurry up. Come on. Larian, it's 2024. We worked out farthing in games years ago. Why do we have this crap going on? Like, seriously. It's because you've got a crappy game engine that you refuse to
Never a dull moment.
do anything with.
I'm a bit busy at the moment. We'll talk later.
And still use on this game, despite the fact that it's absolute garbage. No.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, now the halfling decides to jump up. Alright. I was in the middle of... Okay. Split. Confirm. Split. Confirm. 8 for you. Yeah, all of them. This interface is going to drive me insane. Right, there we go. Much better. We are ready for everything.
These tracks, goblins?
Oh, look at that. I get another healing potion. Stealth, please, everybody. All right. Pile of oil down there.
Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Best be careful.
He's just out of range there. Okay, I'm going to try something a little bit different here. I'm in range. Beautiful. Now, the problem I've had in the past, let's quick save. If I do this, we're all sneaking, right? If I shoot... Okay, that's not the problem that I was going to mention. What the problem that I have seen in the past has been that when we're sneaking and I start combat from stealth, it would just bring me and none of my other party members into combat. Now, in this case, it killed the guy in one shot, so combat started and then finished.
Well, at least we got the druid to keep ourselves
I need to turn this off first. There we go. So now,
Let's find another one.
if I kill you...
Well, this was more fun when...
Softer than a whisper.
Let's see what happens if I do this. Oh, I'll quick save again before we do this. So...
Think you can take me on?
See, I am the only person at the moment in combat. Why is the Guardian Stone listed as active? I've turned it off. So what I want to okay, so I initiated combat from stealth. I was the only one of my companions brought into combat, right? Now, the interesting thing about the first guy that I killed just there, it's sort of part of, I think it's part of being an assassin. When I take an attack, when I kill somebody from surprise, basically, I initiate combat by attacking, it sort of resets the round immediately, and I start combat as the first with initiative, and everything is reset. And that's sort of why combat started and then disappeared again. And so if I can just keep doing that, that's fine. I don't care. But if I initiate combat and I'm the only one who's in combat, I don't like that. So what we're going to do instead is we are going to switch to turn-based mode. Now, technically combat has not started yet, but does that cause... Okay, that did actually... I think that sort of worked the way I wanted it to. Was that a ranged sneak attack? It wasn't. That should have been a ranged sneak attack. Hang on. Let's try this one more time. Because I want to get this right. I want to work out how to do this properly. Because it's so friggin' annoying, this interface, where if I start combat from stealth, it's only me. It's only the character who does the original attack from stealth who is actually in combat. Everybody else is not in combat. So if I do a sneak attack from there, was that was a sneak attack. I am no longer hiding though, but my companions are. I am still in... No, look, it's just me again. How the hell are you supposed to handle combat in this game if you're using stealth? Particularly if you have everybody in stealth at the start of combat. Because this is just stupid.
Best think ahead.
Because... like... I can add them into combat one by one by clicking on them and go... But look, they're not even in combat properly.
Don't mind me.
Waiting with bated breath.
How the hell am I supposed to do this? This is the sort of thing that makes me give up on a run in frustration. This was going to be a fun run where I had 4 characters who could all attack from stealth and we were just going to rip apart our opponents using sneak attacks.
No choice
And we
but to keep
literally
going.
cannot. Because right now, it has split my group in half for no reason. Arbitrarily, I've added one of those people into combat, and the other 2 are in their own separate timeline. It's just... it's insane. I mean, admittedly,
Stand in my way.
you know, you're in stealth. No, you're not in stealth. Why are you not in stealth? Oh, because... Here's the stupid thing. Oh, this is just ridiculous, right? So, before I brought Medalla into turn-based mode, she was sitting there. Time for her. That's what I did. I did voluntarily activate turn-based mode before I started combat. Right? We weren't in combat yet. I turned on turn-based combat mode, and then I attacked with my primary character, and then it stopped and it seemed to like stop and restart combat, and only my character who had just attacked was in combat, and the other three were not. And then, here's the stupid thing, those other characters were sitting there in real time having to make hiding checks against these bad guys. These bad guys are in combat mode, so their time should have stopped for them. Right? Time should not be running. And yet, there were these continual checks for these characters to see if they were successfully hiding from these guys, despite the fact that these guys are stuck in turn-based combat mode. And at one point, Medalla failed her check, and so she is no longer hiding, but Zenithar and Brynna are still hiding because, well, Brynna's far enough back that they can't see her, and Zenithar, even though he is forward, he has managed to succeed in all of his checks, and so he is still in stealth, despite the fact that he is in a completely separate timeline than these two guys. And in fact, if I hadn't have manually added him to turn-based combat mode, he would still be making checks to see if he was successfully hiding from these two guys who are in turn-based combat and should not be able to continually induce checks. They shouldn't be able to check anything until it was their turn. This game system is so fucked up. It is so ridiculously broken. From here, I'm going to make a...
You've made a grave mistake.
And so now, only now that I've actually attacked with him, has he joined the battle. Despite the fact that he was part of my team, we were all in turn-based combat mode. I put the entire team in turn-based combat mode. In fact, I'm going to do it again to be sure. I'm going to double check. Right? I'm gonna start again, and I'm going to be 100% sure, but we were all in turn-based combat mode. I'm positive of it. It doesn't just put... Well, it better not just put the active character in turn-based combat mode when you activate turn-based combat, because that's going to be a pain in the butt as well. I'm going to have to cycle through every character and put them all into turn-based combat. Turn-based combat. And look, we're all on the timeline. All four of us. Right? And it says it's my turn. So I then pick sneak attack ranged on, say, that guy there. I sneak forward. I successfully hide. I make my attack. I hit him. I kill him. I'm now visible. And only because... Oh, I don't know why. I was going to say only because I killed him and I'm an assassin, did it reset everything. But for somehow, it has reset everything. And...
Keeping my head down.
I can end my turn. They're not actually aware. Like, these guys are not in turn-based combat mode yet. But I am. Somehow. So if I... This is just so screwed up. What is that? Where is that going to try and take the shot from? Path is interrupted. So, can I not go to, like, there? Hiding was successful. High ground. Take the shot. Dead. Like, I don't get it.
Better be cautious.
I seriously do not get it.
Don't want to think about why my eye is itching.
Like, the game just has no clue what it's doing. I can...
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
I
can't waste any more time.
And they haven't even reacted yet. They're still just... I just don't get it. But now it says... Oh my god, we just got dropped out of turn-based combat mode again. And not only that, I'm not in. I just...
Can't even catch my breath.
I was still in combat with that guy. This is so disappointing. So incredibly disappointing. I was looking forward to this playthrough. I was looking forward to being able to just sneak my way through all of this. Are we all out of turn-based combat mode now?
Breathe quiet.
I can't tell anymore. I've got no clue what is going on with this game. Because 1 second we're in turn-based combat mode, the next minute we're not. Like, this is unplayable. This is... I don't get it. I don't understand how anybody plays this in stealth. Because it just doesn't work. It is so broken. Like, I feel like the only thing I can do here is go back to my Paladin playthrough. Which, to be honest, I was enjoying a little bit of. But it certainly is getting a lot more views than what this Rogue playthrough, you know, the first episode of this Rogue playthrough got. Not that I care about the views all that much, but, you know, it seemed like it was fairly popular. But this is just... I just don't know if I can struggle along with this and not end up just... Well, put it this way. I am glad I am bald, because I would be pulling my hair out if I had to keep going with this.
Good here, I hope.
Because this is so painful. It should be just so easy to do this. We're all in stealth. We should be able to start combat in stealth. And to be fair, I've done this. Sometimes it does work perfectly in some test playthroughs that I've done. But I didn't have an entire party of rogues. I had, and maybe that's the problem, I had just a normal party of the normal NPCs, and I think what was happening was I was staying in stealth, everybody else was getting discovered when combat started, but I could stay in stealth and I could keep attacking, and everything just felt like it was working really, really well. But this is just, it seems to be so arbitrary as well. One time, No, I didn't mean to pickpocket. I meant to talk. One time it seems to work.
His wounds deep.
The next time
he doesn't respond to your voice.
It doesn't. How am I supposed to wake this guy up? Get out of stealth and do it?
His breaths are shallow. His
That works.
Oh, thank you.
I just don't know what to do.
Die down here. It's my. I must.
Yeah, like this is just going to be so painful. What was that perception check about? Oh, just that. Yeah, no worries. I've disabled it. We're fine.
If not over, then through.
I'm going to... No. I'm going to untoggle the group mode.
Still alive. So that's progress.
And then...
Just out of view.
Can I hide and then jump over to here?
What path lies before me?
Think we're good now? I know this. Yeah, I was going to say, I know there's something here.
What do we have here?
All right.
Another step forward.
I mean, it doesn't invalidate the fact that having a party of rogues all being able to sneak attack does work if you can get combat to work for you rather than against you. But it's just
strange. It looks
so difficult.
Dead boar, but it doesn't look like it's been touched by scavengers. The boar seems to be fresh, only a
I'm going to leave it here for this episode. To be honest, this has thrown me for a bit of a wobbly. I don't know what I'm going to do. I do not feel like I can continue playing with this party of stealth. Even like it feels to me like stealth is just now useless in the game. Just forget about using it, because using stealth before combat starts just seems to completely screw up the entire game mechanic. I mean, we saw in the last episode how I literally had two characters who were able to leave a location, go outside, go back and come into the same location through a completely different entranceway, and then outside of the timeline of the turn-based combat, and then go and blow up a barrel that killed somebody, and they still weren't even part of the normal combat timeline. Then I had to bring them, I still had to do stuff to bring them in. It's just, when you use stealth before combat starts in this game system, it just completely breaks everything, and it's unusable. I'm going to end the stream here, and I'm going to go and do some research and see if there's any like mods or anything that fix this, because this is a game-breaking bug if you want to play a stealthy party in this game. And I thought just simply shift space, bringing all of my characters into turn-based combat mode, I thought that will fix it. That's the way to do it, right? If I do that and then I start combat, that will mean that they all come into combat together, because they're all in turn-based combat. They're all in turn-based mode. I start combat. We will all be in combat together, and we'll be able to do our stealth stuff together, and we'll be able to work as a team and stealthily take out this. No, it doesn't work. And you saw, like, it seems to be almost random, because sometimes I'm the only one in combat. Sometimes one of my party members will come in with me, but the other two won't. And then we got stuck in a situation where two people were in their own separate turn-based mode that was distinct from the combat that we were in. And when they finished their turn, it screwed up, and somehow I got stuck in turn-based combat mode and nobody else was. Everybody else came out of turn-based combat mode, and I was still in it with the one opponent that was still alive. It's just, yeah. I mean, it feels like I should go back to the Paladin playthrough, which I don't really want to do. I've been so looking forward to doing this stealth playthrough. So looking forward to it. And it's unworkable with the game in this state. And I don't understand at Larian Studios. I really don't. And I'm aware that this is potentially something that's been a bug in their engine since day dot, because, you know, people in the last stream, when I started mentioning about some of these problems about stealth, said, oh yeah, that's just normal. That used to happen in Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2 as well, where some people could be in combat and others weren't, and those people who weren't in combat could do ridiculous things that you shouldn't be able to do. Like, this is just completely game-breaking, and it's one more reason why I do not like Larian Studios. I mean, they've had how many years to improve their game engine and fix this garbage? I mean, the fact that this game was released in early access in 2020, it is now 2024, so they've had 3+ years of active work from the early access to now to fix this issue, despite the fact that this has obviously been a known issue in the Divinity Original Sin games, and, you know, this is further proof that this is just the Larian Studios Divinity Original Sin engine reskinned and hacked and whatever to make it run the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition rule set. This is just unworkable for me for stealth. I didn't have anywhere near these problems in just a straight up hack and slash Paladin DPS run. And to be fair, the other runs that I had looked at other times where I've been doing other things, it's only stealth that causes me grief in this game. Any other time I start combat, there's never a problem. And partly, I guess it's because I don't start combat in those other games. I just run up to the point where combat is initiated. I don't make an attack from outside of combat to initiate things, or not often. And when I do, it doesn't seem to be a problem. If I'm launching a spell, if I'm standing here and there's a group of enemies just over there and combat hasn't started yet, let me take these guys over here, for example, right? So there's the guys waiting over there. We could walk over here right now. If I come out of turn-based combat mode, right? Let's just do a save. Right? So if I just come over here and let's just stop there, right? Now, we're outside of combat. If I just do a normal attack, nothing special.
You should search that corpse.
How are they both dead?
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Okay, what I was expecting would happen there would be we would enter combat and it would just be normal combat because we hadn't done it from stealth. But the other two people just disappeared. I hit one of them. That's the blood pool from it. So technically we did 8 points of damage on Andric. And then Andric just disappeared. And Edwin, which is this character, Andric was the one that we shot. He's just disappeared completely. And Edwin's now dead. I mean, this probably wasn't the best example of what I was trying to get at, but what I was basically trying to point out was that if I start combat when we're not in stealth by shooting someone with a bow from a distance or by, you know, I was going to do this differently. I was going to have the high elf use his cantrip to do some damage. I felt that what that was going to do was just start combat normally, and everybody would be in turn-based combat mode, and we would be able to attack. But even that screwed up. I mean, I don't get it. I just do not get it. How?
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Like if I attack, yeah, ran up. Right, combat has started. Okay? That is normal. We are all in combat with those two. That's exactly as I expected it would happen. Okay, this is right before combat starts. Let's see. I think it was the whole interaction of them saying there's someone ahead. I had attacked before that had happened. But it shouldn't happen. It should not. That should not cause that whole thing to just break and those two other characters to just disappear.
People up ahead. Something's
Right,
wrong.
so if I now attack with my bow, and I'll attack Andric again this time.
You should search that corpse.
Combat started. Normally. Perfectly. Exactly as it always should. Right? But if we do this again and we all go into stealth, it's going to screw up. I guarantee it. Having said that, it'll prove me wrong now. But it's just... I don't get it. Stealth seemed so good in this. And the builds that you can do with the assassin...
Something's wrong.
You know, the ability that the assassin allows you to... Even if I don't use my sneak attack, I just do a normal shot here.
You should search that corpse.
See? See what I mean? I'm the only one in combat. The only difference between those 3 combats. We started by throwing a spell. We started by shooting the crossbow. We started from stealth. Start from stealth, you're screwed. You're the only one who gets joined into combat when you start from stealth. And that is just stupid. Because now, the only way to get these guys in... I can... These 2 guys are following me. I'm going to go back to the Emerald Grove. Why not? Come on, Larian. This is just stupid. This is not even funny. I mean, like, if I wanted to, I could break the game with this. Due to the fact that I can, like, legitimately sneak around outside of combat and potentially snipe and do whatever I want. And there's no repercussions, there's nothing. But it just... I don't get it. This is stupid. This is just so... Yeah, no, I can't play like this. This is just... I can't. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here for this episode. I'm going to think about it tonight and decide what I'm going to do. We may be back tomorrow with some more of the Paladin playthrough. Or we might be doing something completely different. But I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can put up with this interface trying to play a stealth playthrough. And I am so annoyed because I was just so looking forward to being able to do this in stealth and just get through this and do so much stealth in this, but it's unworkable. Thank you everybody who joined me for this stream today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next one. Bye now.